Hi there, today I'm going to show you a short 15-minute yoga practice which you can carry out at any point during the day when you just need to take a short break for yourself and stretch and move. So coming to the top of your mat in Tadasana, take a moment to ground down the feet and just gently lift the heels, placing them back down. Lift the toes, placing them down one at a time. Just swinging the body like a pendulum, finding that center point of balance. Make sure that the tailbone is lengthening, the belly is lightly engaged. You can place one hand on the chest and one hand on the belly. Find your breath. Maybe if the balance is okay, you can close the eyes and take a moment here, settling into your practice. Notice your inhalation and your exhalation. Finding a sense of stillness and steadiness. And slowing down allows the mind to empty of thoughts, allows you to remain present. Releasing the hands. Now let's take the hands overhead, reaching tall, stretching through the body, making sure there's space between the shoulders and the ears. Really lifting the spine. Try not to flare the ribs, so we want to avoid this. We're kind of just lifting straight. And then take the left hand and wrap it round the right wrist. And then we're going to lean towards the left side of the body, pulling that right wrist, feeling the stretch down the side of the body. Option here to come onto the tiptoes if you want an extra challenge. Exhaling, releasing back down, changing wrists, and then lifting out onto the right side on the tiptoes if you want that extra balance challenge. And then exhale, coming back to center. And then let's take the arms up, slight back bend here, Urdhva. And then exhale, you might want to bend the knees a bit here, and we're going to fold forward from the hips, coming down to our Uttanasana, forward fold. Just take a moment here to settle the body. If the hands don't quite reach the floor yet, that's okay. You can take hold of the elbows. Just allow the upper body to hang. Maybe gently rocking from side to side. Inhale, release the elbows. Bring the hands from the front, lifting all the way back up, belly to spine. Urdhva. And exhale, finding your Tadasana at the top of your mat. We'll go through that one more time. Inhaling. Exhaling, finding your stillness in your Tadasana. Noticing the breath. Inhale, reach the hands overhead. Take hold of the right wrist with the left hand. Pull that hand up and over towards the right side. Option to come onto the tiptoes if that feels okay. Breathe for 3. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhalation. Exhalation. One more deep inhalation here. Exhale, coming back to center. Take hold of the opposite wrist. Bring the hand over to the right side of the body, Coming onto the tiptoes if that feels okay. Inhalation. Exhale. Inhale deeply. Exhaling. One more deep inhalation here. Exhale, coming back to center. Take the hands up for Urdhva Hastasana. Slight back bend if it's okay. And then exhale, folding forwards and down. Coming into your Uttanasana. Hands can meet the floor or you can take hold of elbows. The aim is to bring the belly towards the spine, releasing the upper body. Notice how the spine is feeling. Notice how the mind is feeling. And then from here, we're just going to step the right foot back, and then we're going to step the left foot back and come straight into our Adho Mukha Kashmanasana, downward facing dog. We can begin to pedal the feet, bend the left knee, straighten the right. And then bend the right knee, straighten the left. Start to walk out the dog. Allow there to be space between the arms and the ears. And bend those knees as much as you need to bring that weight towards the back of the body. And then let's wave the body forward now. So imagine the spine is waving forward. We're coming up onto the tiptoes and bringing the body forwards over the hands into our plank position. Press through the heels. If this is too much, you can come down onto the knees. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. If the knees are lifted, bring them down. We're going to keep the elbows pinned in here. We're coming forwards for our 8-point pose. So chest and chin meets the floor. And the hips are lifted. And then we'll lower all the way down here. Tuck the toes under. We're going to sit the sitting bones back towards the heels for a mini child's pose. Before lifting back up into our downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Kashmanasana. We'll repeat that 2 more times. Inhaling, lifting the heels, waving the body forward into your plank. Keep the core engaged here. Remember, the knees can be lowered. Exhaling, drop the knees down. Bring the chest and chin between the hands. Keep those elbows in. And then lower all the way down. Inhaling. Exhaling. Take an inhalation, tucking the toes under. You can sit back or you can come straight up into your downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Kashmanasana. It doesn't matter if the heels don't quite reach the back of the mat yet. Remember, bend the knees. This allows the body to come back towards the back of the mat. Our final round now. Inhaling, lift the heels, bring the body forward to plank. You can lower the knees here or you can join me as we bring the shoulders over the wrists and we lower the body down as one, Chaturanga. And then lower all the way down. Bring the forehead to the mat. And then we'll tuck the toes under here. And we'll sit back, widening the knees, bringing the big toes together to touch. Coming into our Balasana for just a moment. Pause here. Take a couple of breaths. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhalation, the forehead can be on the mat, or you can bring the elbows in and cup the hands, placing the head into the hands. One more inhalation here. Exhale, let's bring the hands forwards. We're going to lower back down onto our bellies. And we're going to bring the elbows underneath the shoulders, finding our Sphinx posture here. So we're lifting the spine with the space between the shoulder blades lifting. The shoulders are down and away from the ears. The belly is lightly lifting away, but the hips are grounding down. Inhaling. Exhaling. Gaze is just softly ahead. And then now let's lower back down. We want to bring the hands onto the sides of the body in line with the middle of the chest here. So from here, we're going to keep the forehead on the mat. Make sure those fingertips are in line with the middle of the chest, and my elbows need to be pinned towards the body here. We're going to press down, lengthening through the tailbone, press into the tops of the feet. So we're engaging the legs in this posture. And we want to inhale, first of all, lifting the forehead, brushing the nose as we come up, and then the chest and chin and chest follow. Coming up for our Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, folding back down. We'll go again. Inhaling, lifting. Bring those elbows into the sides. Exhaling, folding back down. Inhale, one more time, lifting. See if you can lift a little higher this time. Exhaling, folding back down. And then we're going to take the hands out in front of us this time. And we're going to inhale, and we're going to lift up with the hands out in front. Try not to lock the elbows out, keep them slightly soft. If this feels too much, come back to your Sphinx variation. Otherwise, you can come into this full variation here, lifting high. Notice how the lower spine is feeling. If there's any tension in the lower spine, lower back down onto the elbows. Inhaling. Exhaling here. One more deep inhalation. Exhale, come back down onto the elbows. Lower the head down. And then we're just going to bring the head onto the hands here. Take a moment in your Makrasana, crocodile pose. Let's bend the right knee out to the side. And you can turn the head towards the right side as well. This allows the lower back to release. Just taking 3 to 5 breaths here. With the rhythm of your own breath. The inhale and the exhale counting as one. And then slowly bring the right leg in. Take the left leg out. And you can bring the head towards the left side, facing the left. Again, taking 3 to 5 breaths here. Notice how you feel. Notice how the body feels. Do you feel more awake? Is the mind focused? If you have any thoughts, are you bringing yourself back to the present without judgment? And then slowly bring the left knee in. And then we're going to come to a seated position now. So just take a moment, notice if there's any other movements you want to do. You might want to do some cat-cow variations, or maybe just waving the spine in any direction. Maybe sitting back and just taking a stretch over to the left, over to the right. And then when you're ready, finding your seated position. I'm just going to take a moment here. Any seated position is comfortable. You can close the eyes. And just take a moment to remember how you feel in this moment. Know that this is always here for you. And whenever you're feeling out of place, out of alignment, just notice how a short practice such as this can bring you back to yourself, can place you back in this present moment. And give yourself thanks and gratitude for taking this time for yourself. Taking this time for you to explore your yoga practice, to explore yourself. And then opening the eyes when you're ready. Thank you for joining me for this short yoga practice. Namaste.